A movie about black cowboys? Yo, Lil Nas X is gonna be all over this thing. Huh? Oh, he don't do horses no more? What does he do now? Oh. Okay. Alright, welcome to Taste Take. If you're new here, I do spoiler-free movie and TV reviews. Give you a little background, based on stuff I think is worth checking out or not. If that's something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular Taste Takers, you know the drill. It's not your first rodeo. Get it? I said rodeo because it's about cowboys? Ugh, never mind. Concrete Cowboy is a new Netflix original movie that debuted last year at the Toronto International Film Festival. It highlights the black urban writers that have been in North Philadelphia for over 100 years. The movie is based on Greg Neary's book, Ghetto Cowboy. Written and directed by Ricky Stobbs as his first motion picture project, it's actually a pretty interesting story how this movie came about. It was about 7 years ago in North Philly, and the director, Ricky, heard some loud music outside his office and took a little peek. Of course, he thought this music was coming from a car, but then he saw someone coming down the hill in a buggy with 22-inch rims, a sound system, and a subwoofer being pulled by a horse in Philly in the 2010s. So Ricky runs outside to meet this cowboy and find out where he's from. And Lil John Wayne over here tells him he's from Fletcher Street. Ricky had never heard of the Fletcher Street Stables, so we did a whole bunch of research, and that's how he found this Ghetto Cowboy book. And he said, you know, this will make a great movie one day. And one day, he made that movie. Follow your dreams, kids. All right, plot time. Concrete Cowboy tells the story of this 15-year-old kid named Cole. Cole is played by my main man, Caleb McLaughlin. Obviously, that's the homie from Stranger Things. In the movie, Cole lives at home in Detroit with his mom. He keeps getting in trouble in school and his mom is fed up. She gets another call from the school and they tell her that Cole's been fighting again. This time, though, he got expelled. So his mom goes down to the school, picks him up, brings him home, puts his clothes in a trash bag, and tells him enough is enough. You're going to live with your dad in Philadelphia for the summer. Cole's dad's name is Harp, and he's played by Idris Elba, who's also one of the producers on the film. Funny enough, Idris Elba is actually allergic to horses, so my man was literally ready to die for the craft. I respect that. Anyway, when Cole gets there, he realizes that his dad is living in kind of a dump. There's no food for him, no bed for him, and he's also living with an entire horse. Like, in the house, it lives there. Like, the horse is his dad's roommate.
Yo! There's a horse in your house.
Harp is part of the Fletcher Street gang. He's been working with horses for a while. Cole and Harp don't have a good relationship because Harp hasn't been in his life. So obviously, Cole's pissed that he has to be there. But the one good thing that came out of this trip is that Cole got to reconnect with his cousin Smush. Smush is played by the homie Jharrel Jerome from When They See Us, and Smush is involved with the wrong crowd in Philly, so Harp doesn't want Cole hanging around him. So now Cole's got two choices. One, does he try to work it out with his dad, follow in his footsteps, and learn how to ride and take care of horses at the stable? Or two, does he keep hanging with Smush and end up back in the same trouble his mom was trying to protect him from in the first place? And now we got a movie. So what's my take? This movie is not good. But it's good this movie was made. Does that make sense? Let me try to explain. The biggest reason why this movie isn't good is the story. It's a story that we've seen a million times just now with horses. Bad kid, does bad stuff, parent gets upset, ships the kid off, kid doesn't want to go, kid gets in trouble in the new place, kid makes friends in the new place, kid learns to appreciate the new place. It's like Next Friday, but not as good. There's no twist in this movie. There's nothing you can't see coming a mile away. The only thing shocking about this movie is that it's black people riding horses. Besides a very predictable story, the next thing that I didn't like about this movie, and it pains me to say this, but it's Caleb's performance as Cole. Like, nothing in me believed he was this badass kid fighting in school. Every outburst, every curse word, I was like, nah, that's Lucas from Stranger Things. Every time he had to act tough, I just kept thinking,
Yo, what's up?
So yeah, if you got a predictable story and a not so believable co-star, you got a trash movie, right? Well, not always. One good thing about this movie is that it shines some light on these Fletcher Street riders. I would have never known that Philly was more than cheesesteaks, Anna, Meek Mill popping wheelies, and Joel Embiid injuries. Besides learning about the background of these writers, as expected, Idris Elba did do a good job playing Cole's dad, Harp. I mean, he's still a British dude, so to pull off playing this black cowboy from Philly, that's range. You got range. The movie is also shot really well and has some pretty good supporting cast members. Not only did they cast some of the actual Fletcher Street writers, but folks like Byron Bowers that played Rome did really well. And even like Method Man, who plays one of the local police, did a good job. I'm gonna give Concrete Cowboy a super low 3 stars. Even with a predictable story and Lucas being Lucas, it's not the worst movie out. From a story perspective, I wouldn't recommend checking this out. But if you're interested in learning about this Philly urban writer life, I'll give it a whirl. Personally, I would have just had Cole cut out some of that fake cursing and then just make the movie PG-13 instead of R, and then just market it like a family film. But what do I know? At the very least, the director really did make it a point to make this as authentic to the Fletcher Street experience as he possibly could. He actually spent 2 years just hanging with these dudes before he even started writing. He said he wanted to make sure you had their trust and he wasn't just trying to make a quick buck off them. And he even took it a little further because he included them in the actual movie, so I respect that. Overall, the director Ricky Staub seems like a good dude. He actually founded Neighborhood Film, which is a production company that offers paid apprenticeships and career development for men coming out of incarceration. Like, can we salute this man? When we think about cowboys, of course we think of like John Wayne. My gramps watched nothing but westerns when I was growing up, and the only thing black and brown in those movies was the horses. But in reality, the Wild Wild West was actually just as diverse as our society is today. Historians say that in the 1800s, about 1 in 4 cowboys was black. In fact, it's been reported that the Lone Ranger was actually based on a free black U.S. Marshal named Bass Reeves. I know. Spoiler alert, now someone's going to make a movie about the black Lone Ranger and the internet's going to go crazy because it isn't realistic and we need to stop trying to rewrite history. Just know that I said it first and that I was already exhausted by it before it even happened. Anyway, is this the worst movie ever? No, that's The Shape of Water. But if you're interested in any of the things that I mentioned, I would check it out if you got a free afternoon. I wouldn't skip a vaccine appointment for it, that's all I'm saying. Concrete Cowboy is available exclusively on Netflix starting on April 2nd. As always, thanks for checking out Tate's Take. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, let me know if you ride horses. I'm just kidding. I mean, I guess you could let me know if you ride horses, but also like, are you gonna watch this movie? Thanks for the time, y'all. Peace.